Hello. Hi. Welcome to a terrible idea. Oh, I've had this in the works for a bit. And not so much effort to make it, but just trying to figure out how to make this as least terrible of an idea as possible. It's still pretty bad, but hopefully it's going to be some fun. So, let's get the general concept down real quick. Fixed it. Fixed it. We fixed it. We fixed everything's fine. Everything's good. Everything's golden. Okay, maybe I didn't have enough duct tape for everything I was doing today. Alright, everything should be good now. I've applied more duct tape. We should be good. Okay, I'll give my entire introductory spiel again. We'll be good. No one has to know. We'll edit this out in the final. Like when we put it on YouTube, we'll just cut this part out. So, okay, everyone, pretend we just started. Hi. Hello. Pretend this is the start of the stream, and I didn't spend the last 7 minutes fumbling with technical problems. Okay, no one has to know. We can do this from here. Okay? We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Welcome to this. Welcome to this, a terrible idea that I had. There may have actually been 7 minutes of me fumbling with technical problems, but we're fine. We're good. We're here now. Let's show off what we're doing. Hi. Okay. This is the Ace Attorney trilogy, available on various things. Steam, the Switch, PC, which is on Steam. Computers are on Steam, didn't you know that? Here's the basics. I like the Ace Attorney series. I know all about it. I've seen the game be played by people. I've played it. I've seen people play it. So I know the basic plot of all the games and like who's evil, who's not, what happens. Nothing's gonna faze me anymore. So doing a playthrough of the Ace Attorney series would probably not be the most entertaining thing unless I simply pretend I don't know what's happening. But this game is basically a puzzle game. Once you understand what's going on, you basically have free reign to win. So I thought, hey, I don't know the Japanese language. What if I changed the localization? So I did. And now we have this. This is going to be twofold. One, it's going to allow me to play the game and enjoy like it as a puzzle and figure things out. Kind of like how you would in the normal game, but instead of understanding logic, we're understanding grammar and vocabulary and all that good stuff. Second, I do want to get some practice learning Japanese simply because I think it's cool. I think the grammatical structure is really interesting, how everything converges to the verb of the sentence, and also like it's just cool. And Japanese is pretty popular, and Japan is pretty popular. It's a cultural mainstay of the internet. And also, I'm literally a VTuber. I've got some like adapted heritage that I don't actually deserve yet. Point is, I'm playing this. Today we're going to go through the entirety of the first case of the first game of the entire series. And I'm doing this simply because it's short, it's simple, it's easy, and I have no idea how long it's going to take me to translate stuff. So this might be a really long stream, it could be a really short stream because there's not much to go through. I'm also going to be skipping a lot of the actual dialogue spoken between people because it does not matter. It's mostly fluff, and I already know what they're basically saying, so we don't need to know that. So consider this stream to be kind of a pilot episode. We're going to be doing case 1, and if it goes well, I might consider playing the rest of game 1 and maybe even going on to other games in the future. But I hold no reservations that this isn't a terrible idea, and I just want to get it done. I also want to show off my technology I'm using to do all of this work. Behold! Dang it, it's broken! Okay, alright, I think I fixed it. let's just, once again, pretend the stream started. I can't do it. I can't start the stream twice. This is turning into a Groundhog Day live. I'm just starting the stream every 6 minutes. I can't do it. We're going to the game. We're pretending everything's good. If things break now, I'm just gonna have it be broken. It's fine. Okay. Here's the big test. 3, 2, 1. There we go. Behold, we have sliding technology. So from here, I can play the game, and then whenever we need to get some research done, I can just boot up Google Translate and the G-Show Online Japanese Dictionary, and we can learn something. So these are going to be our main tools for the gameplay. I've mathed all this out. They should be good and ready to go, and there should be no further problems, I hope. I'm really glad I did this stream on a Wednesday outside of my normal hours, because if it was this bad in like a popular public viewing time, it would have been terrible. Okay, now that we've gotten hopefully every single technical problem out of the way, let's actually play the game and see what this is going to be like. Now we gotta navigate the menus. Here it is. The first case. And we already have a question. What the heck is this called? I don't need to know what it's called, but I think I want this to be like a practice run of doing this, just so we can get some training under our belt. So let's boot up the translations and see what we can do. The easy part of this is the fact that it's just some of it is just regular kana that you can just read and stuff. Also, I have taken the liberty of bringing in an entire Japanese keyboard to this computer against Quint's wishes, so we can do some learning. And because I recognize the kanas, at least, I can at least type that in. But for the G-Show, we are going to have to figure out what the heck that kanji is. Now we have two weapons. I could draw it by hand, or I could just look up the individual constituent pieces. Let's start with the pieces, just because it seems like it's easier for this one. So, what do we got here? Alright, heck with it. I'm drawing it. Let's just see if I can get these strokes right. It. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And a big swoopy down one. Are any of these the ones we're looking for? I'm not seeing it. Okay, back to the radicals. We have the advantage of that big swoopy one to the side. That one probably is easier to find. It's like 1, 2, 3. A big curve. Yep, there it is. That narrows the playing field significantly. Now we just need to find another piece of it. This looks good. Oh, look! There it is! We found it! One down. One to go. So this one looks like it's got the big hole on it. So how many radicals? Well, let's look at the one on the right side first. It's a horizontal, then basically the Mu character. Mu is its own thing, so let's get that. And then it's probably the number 2 on top of that. And yeah, this is giving us the proper structure. We just need the other half. Maybe we're lucky. Maybe it's in this list. No, but we can do this. Incorrect. Aha! Here it is. Excellent. Now that we have constructed the entire word, we can read what it says. Reversal. Turn around, turn about, turning the table, sudden change. So if we combine all of this together, we get reverse for the first time. Now, as I understand the general... I recognize this case from just a regular game, and it should say something along the lines of turnabout beginnings. And that makes sense. Also, separate to all of the things we're showing here, like the Google Translate and G-Show, I also have a spreadsheet open of phrases and stuff that I want to record for posterity and knowledge. So I'm going to bring in the Gyakuten part, because that is probably an important word for us. Turnabout. So right now I do have this just sort of list of words that I thought would be important to remember and have available to me. Words like objection, contradiction, evidence, witness, victim. Just normal things you'd expect to read in a courtroom. But with our very first translation, let us actually begin the first case. This is Turnabout Beginnings. I have no idea what this says. Actually, no, wait, yes I do. It's probably saying, Turnabout Beginnings, this is a thing. Do you want to play it? And I do. Let's begin. This is already extremely scuffed. That is breathing. I can recognize that much. I'm going to go on a wild guess, and it says that this is August 3rd, 9:47 a.m., I think. Welcome to the game. We are going to be skipping most of this. But if you want the general gist, we're a lawyer, we're lawyering. This is our boss. I don't know what her name is in Japanese. Actually, a lot of names are going to be different than what I know, so we're going to have to relearn that too. Fortunately, I have another table on my spreadsheet for proper names, so we'll be able to remember who everyone is. If we see a text box we don't understand, we'll be able to know it's a new person. But they're talking. It's like Phoenix is that's the protagonist, by the way. He's nervous because this is his first case, and he's helping his friend, and his friend needs help. And they're generally talking about that, and you're going to be getting a lot of spoilers simply because I need to think about what I'm looking for, so there will not be any plot twists. You will get full spoilers for at least this case, or whatever case we're on at the time, because I need to think about what I'm trying to do. And yeah, our client, who is our friend who we're defending, is currently freaking the heck out because he's upset that he's been found. He's being tried for murder, and murdered victim was his girlfriend, and he's unhappy about it. He's a bit energetic like that. And there he is. I'm skipping all this. All the time we're saving here is going to be lost figuring out the testimonies. Aha! We can learn something here. I believe this is telling us the name of our protagonist and their general statements of things. Let's look it up. All right. So I already recognized the first few words. Boku no namae wa is literally just my name is. But we gotta uncover this this kanji. So let's do that, and we're doing it awkwardly on a place with no audio. Okay, okay. Let's look to the radicals. Seek the radicals. They will give us wisdom and guidance on these matters. We need a horizontal line with a hook to the left of it. It's not this. It is this one, I think. Yes. We need an X of some description with a hook in it. Hooked X. It might be a bit more complicated. Oh, no, wait. I think it's this one. Yes. Are we there yet? Is this enough? No. But we may have gone too far. Maybe this is wrong. It's something that looks like that, but it's not that. Aha! I think that's it. Okay. Next word. We need a smiley face, the classic smiley face. I do not know the proper names for these statements. How many? How many? So that's okay. Well, it's not a smiley face in full. It's like ha and then no. Let's get no. I don't know where ha is. I thought I saw a smiley face just in my peripherals for a second there. This is tough when you just don't know the language. Let's look for a different part. The top part. Down, horizontal, down, forward. That's 4 strokes, right? There it is. Excellent. Now we can. Aha! There it is right there. We found it. And then we need a box. Oh, great. Which box is it? Well, we need dirt. We need to have a solid foundation here. Very much, I know that much. So where's dirt? Frick, which dirt do we use? Can't tell the difference. I think this one calls for wider base dirt, so we'll go with this one. We need a square. I'll just go for the smaller square. We need the 3 spikes on top, and there is our word. Now this one's not really. Yep. Translation knows exactly what we're doing. Phoenix Wright character. Excellent. So let's just type that in there. Adding it to my collection of all things. Good, we got a name. Ryuichi Naruhodo. Now that makes sense to me because I do see the number 1 in there. It's that horizontal line at the end. Naruhodo. Excellent. Back to the game. Oh, I now see that the thing in parentheses on the second line is Naruhodo Ryuichi, which is telling us how to pronounce his name. Thank you. I appreciate it. Figured it out on my own, though. 3 months ago, I assume 3 months ago he became a lawyer. This is his first case. I'm just assuming. I don't have to care. Sate. There's the murder victim. The murder. We'll get to this. Here's the accused who we're defending. One. No, I'm not reading every single thing here. We'll get to the case. We got some cases to solve. So we are convinced entirely of this person's innocence because we are childhood friends and we know what he's like. August 3rd, 10 a.m. We've reached the trial time. We're in court! Something along the lines of court is now in session. There's Ouchie. He's Pain. His name is Pain, but he's Ouchie because Pain. There's us! Defense is ready. Judge is looking at us. He's like, Naruhodo-kun. This is your first trial, am I correct? Yes. We are a little nervous about that fact. We shall now be tested on our ability to comprehend basic understanding and details of the case. Let us learn. Aha, we have reached our first question. So, let's figure out this whole thing. Let's start off with the question itself. The word written there is one I might have. Aha, yes. It's not every single correct thing here, but it is. Oh no, wait, that's a different word entirely. It's definitely asking us about a person. Let's hit the knowledge checkpoint here. I have one of these kanjis saved in my record of things, so I can plonk that there, and we're already one character on the way. To the radicals. That is dirt, but it is spiky dirt. I don't know if spiky dirt is a different type of dirt. Does not look like it. Then we need a mouth again. Ah, there it is. And then the last one is literally just person. So, the defendant, prisoner at the bar. I assumed bar as in like the lawyer bar. Let me just add that to my list of important words, because I didn't think of it. Ikoku ni. That is the... I'll put it down as accused / defendant. Good. Great. Excellent. Back to the game. All right, the accused name, I assume this is about this case's accused defendant as opposed to anyone others. Ite minasai, please tell us. Okay. So we gotta pick Larry's name. Larry's the name of the defendant in English. I don't know what his name is here. But we can cheat. We've got the court record, we got knowledge here. But before we do that, I think we can rule this out by process of elimination. Because that name up there is our name. So it's got to be one of these bottom two. And to solve that conundrum, let's just go to the court record. We can look at the profiles of every single individual who is vaguely important to us. We got our boss, we got the defendant, we got the victim, we got the prosecutor. But this name here, if we are willing to jot it down for posterity's sake, is person line asterisk with some big snaky S thing. It's a little tough, and I have no idea how it's pronounced. That looks right, but it doesn't look perfectly right. Like there's a little bit jutting up at the top that I don't think is correct. We may not be able to jot this down in reasonable time. The point is, we can sort of see what it looked like. It's got the big spiky with the S. There's a dirt with a fire under it. Which suggests to me it's this middle one. Oh, looks like we got it good. Excellent. Next. Alright, the red text is the important part. I believe we're being asked about the victim. Because we never could have learned this ourselves, because we didn't learn about the court record yet, and our boss is chastising us for forgetting because we're so nervous. There it is. So, victim's name. Mouth, roof over a mouth, day, whole bunch of lines. We can remember that. Because this word down here, I've got this in my records of words that are important. That is victim. Oh, they're trying to get us. They're trying to be like, oh, hey, is it day mouth or is it mouth day? I know for a fact it's mouth day because that last name has a bunch of lines. You can't trick me. Okay, this one's a little more interesting. That's definitely the word for death. The first character that's red. The second one, I'm not sure. They're probably asking about the cause of death. And this one's going to take some work. Let's check the court record, and now we need to derive some information from this. So let's go to the court record view. Alright, let's see what we got here. The first line seems to be time of death, July 31st. 4 o'clock to 5 o'clock approximately. Last line is probably what we're looking for. A lot of squares, Those squares involved, as well as a very small 1, 2, 3. Is there a way to denote the fact that there are a lot of these squares? Ah, there it is. Okay, so from there, let's go backward to the first one. And I'll try and draw this one, even though I don't think it'll work. Alright, do we see what the heck I just drew? Because I most certainly do not. Oh well. Back out of that. We definitely need the hut. We need... these little spooky bits. Oh, that has cut down the options tremendously, but not to anything that's actually correct, huh? Unfortunate. Guess that means we misunderstand the prompt, or it's a radical made of other pieces. It's one of the more complicated baselines. But how many? This looks promising, but it's definitely not the right thing. What if we get the big long hook first? It's a big draw to the right and up. Well, this one has that, but it has a lot more in it as well. Would it be this? It doesn't seem right. Oh, well, we definitely have that cup open. So maybe from here we can... It's none of these. Oh, it's this one, but it has more to the right of it. Okay, so we're on the right track with this hooky thing. We just need to include this somehow. Okay, so this is coherent with this, which means that we should... Oh! I see it. It's this here. This entire thing is just one entire radical on its own. Great, that means this is now our starting point. And we can look through the very few options. Yes, there it is. Search. Blunt weapon. Excellent. That's a win. So we're dealing with a case of blunt force trauma. Excellent. And we learned that fact. Now, if we add in, like, Ni Yoru, blunt instrument, and then we have some other word. But the general point is that struck with a blunt weapon is what we've learned here. So, now that we have that information, we can go to the list of options and see which one is our blunt weapon. And I'm already looking there. You can kind of see it. Right at the start of that option is the characters we just learned. Bunch of squares, triangle with the plus dirt thing. This is our option. I think we've done it. I think we've won. We are past the tutorial. It seems like the prosecution is being asked what the weapon was. And it appears to be this statue of the thinker. So we might want to take the time to learn the names of the things as we get them. This might be more about the court record, I'm not sure. Yep, press the R button to examine the evidence that we've just acquired. Classic stuff. I think we're talking about the fact that we're bringing in the defendant to defendant himself. Prosecution's doing some testimony acquisition. Defendant's being characteristically uncooperative. We're not happy about that fact. What's it to you? I got my reasons. Go away. If I recall correctly, the prosecution's bringing up something about the fact that, hey, you did actually have a motive. Your girlfriend went off to somewhere else for a vacation, and they were probably cheating on you. And you learned that fact and murdered her. And that's the prosecution's case. Oh, we have a choice here. Those shows probably something along the lines of what should I do, but what about those choices? I think we can get this through just Google Translate alone. Dios look Miru. See how it looks. I assume that means wait and see. This one is probably speak up or like raise an objection or just avoid the situation. Now, given that I skipped everything, I don't actually know which choice we should go for. But it seems like the options are either don't let him speak or try and stop the prosecution from getting an answer. Now, I don't want to be obstructive, so I'll just let it happen. Defendant is upset about the situation. Right, it looks like the prosecution has done a vaguely good job of establishing a motive, and now they're gonna bring in now they're gonna try and remove any semblance of him having an alibi. Great! Another question. What are our options here? Some radicaling here. This is the classic 5 radical, or I recognize it anywhere. One of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it is the fiver. Everyone knows the fiver. Everyone loves the fiver. Are they arguing it's that one? It is not that one at all. Maybe it is made out of multiple ones. We're gonna get to the truth. But first we gotta get through the dictionary. Oh, well, that's most of it. We just need the top part now. Should be a simple horizontal line. There we go. Next one. Looking for the big L. Where is the big L? The big L does not appear to be isolated. Maybe it's like a vertical and horizontal line separately. This could lead us to further truth on the matter, but it also appears to be just like the 3-pointed eyeball. Let's get that in. Big horizontal line on top, vertical line above that. Ah, there it is. Perfect. Honest. Knee. Okay, so looks like we have an option between being honest and being not so honest. I'm gonna go with being honest because nothing has been gained in a court of law by committing perjury. Tell the truth. Okay, so if I recall correctly, it's just from my own memory. He was asked where he was. Did he visit the girlfriend on the day of the murder? And we just proved to the court yes. Because he said so. He admitted it. He's like, yeah, I saw her. And the prosecution's unhappy about this fact. It's like, hey, it's impossible for you to have not committed this crime. We got a witness. And they're like, a witness, you say? A lot of law happening here. All right. Prosecution's bringing in the witness. This guy. Hello, welcome everyone. We got this witness here. He's about to testify. We're going to be scouring through all of what he's saying here. But not yet. We'll have our opportunity. So he's stating he saw the victim leaving the apartment. He looked inside. There's a corpse. I'm getting all these details simply because I've memorized it. The first case is very straightforward. Two. Alright, now it falls to us to get to contradict this, because what he's saying is pretty bad for our client. We gotta stop him. Prosecution's like, yeah, this is decisive. Get wrecked. Also, there was a power outage at the time. It's time to cross-examine. This is our time. This is our moment. This is our secret weapon. This is how we fight. We must prove that the witness is wrong or lying. Let's get to the testimony. None of this will help me. I know how to play the game. Let's begin. Get ready to listen to this music. We're going to be hearing it a whole lot. Knowledge. So, because I know this game, I already know what we're looking for. Their statement is that they saw the crime at the wrong time, I think. Please hold on. We don't need any of this. We can just do this ourselves. All we need to do is look for a number. There it is. Okay, so he's saying he saw the crime at 2 p.m. However, if you look at the autopsy report, the cause of death was predicted between 4 and 5 p.m. We can contradict this sucker. Man's lying. That's right, it was 2 p.m. No, this piece of paper says so. Cause of death was at 4 to 5 p.m., but you claimed it was 2. That is a contradiction, wouldn't you say? Strange, isn't it? The witness is just confused. You can't talk about it like that. The judge is like, no, he was pretty clear. He very distinctly said 2. Now we must understand why. Now this is going to require some work, because I absolutely know what the contradiction is, but I don't know where he says it. Looking in, he's seeing, he's like, stuff going on. Alright, that was a very quick testimony. Let's see what we got to work with. Okay, so from my memory, the basic idea is that he saw something that was saying the time out loud. He assumes it was probably a recording from the TV. Now, this is impossible because at the stated time, there was a power outage. But we got to figure out which one of these statements is actually the one that talks about that. All right, let's begin. Okay, so what do we got here? When the murder was murdering, simple one. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one's a complicated one. The one on the... Okay, so I'm starting after the first comma. There's... It says time, but... Okay, well, maybe it's middle time, so I'm assuming it means at the time. Something else. And then there's, like, the wackier version. That's the wrong one, huh? Where's the right one? There's the right one. Okay, so we got here. Yep. Jikan. Now we want this, but we want to replace this with a different sun. A little wilder sun, if you will. Where could I find such a wild sun? Here. Goethe. Okay, so he's saying he heard the time. Kitan de I heard the time. Makes sense to me. Terebi datta to whatever that says, imasu. Alright, so if he's talking about the television, he's probably like, ah, there's the television. But no! We know for a fact that there was a power outage from 1 to 6. All the time possible. Excellent. Television? You couldn't see a dang thing. So what does this mean? Time for another testimony from our favorite murdering liar. Alright, so I think he's backtracking and he's saying instead of he didn't hear the time, he saw it. There was a thing. There was a clock? Something. I don't know. Ah, I saw him use the one with the squares. He's probably talking about the murder weapon. Yeah, I didn't hear the time I saw it. Something along the lines of continuing to explain it. Look here, it's the one of the ones from the thing from Blunt Weapon. We can gain some knowledge if we use that kanji. All we need to do now is figure out what the other letter is. Alright, what do we have here? It appears to be direct option we have available to us. So let's just look for the container first. Got a container? There it is. Easy. Ah, no wait. It was before that. A bunch of squares. The weapon. The weapon. The murder weapon. Okay. That's the murder weapon. Okay, so he's saying it was probably the murder weapon. He heard the time from the murder weapon. Why would he hear the murder weapon from the murder weapon? From the time from the murder weapon. I should write this one down in my notes as well. This one seems important. Yo, murder. Good. Now, what's the rest of this saying? Okay. Let's just start from the beginning. Radicals. I'm getting my grasp on where all the radicals are as I remember using them in the past. We can do this. Let's work on the word right after the comma. So it's going to be this crazy splayed thing, and then the hook, and the person. You, Bing. The culprit. Onion. Great. So, the culprit. Huh? All right, next one. It is a sideways box this time. That's a little wacky. Which way is the box sideways? It's that way sideways. Excellent. We got this, but it's accusing it of being a radical already. So maybe we can advance forward. So this is 2, that'd be 2. So we'd be in the 4 section, right? So we got that. We got that half. There's more to be had, though. We need bottom half of ka, and then below that is this, so we found it. Root toki ni. This one should be pretty straightforward. It's got a lot of simple characters to it. E. This is the horizontal line to backward slant. First off, square. Looking like a this. Here it is. Then we got our murder weapon. The weapon the criminal used to beat them. The time. Okay, so I think it's this. We have the room, but basically saying time was said out loud. It was the weapon the criminal used to beat them. He saw it, and it was because of that fact. So let's try here, because we know that the dang thing is a statue. Yeah. Hold on just a second there, you chump. You gonna call this a clock? Oh wait, if that's the word for clock, then maybe we should write that down real quick. Quick interlude to write that down. It seems important because we're dealing with that. It's the murder weapon in explicit detail of what we're talking about. Let's get that. So we need the sideways sun. There's the vertical sun. Well, not vertical, but like the eyeless sun. I have absolutely terrible ways of explaining what these things are to myself. You'll probably actually learn. Here's the horizontal sun. Then we also need the vertical sun. And there we are. Next up, what is that? Big, spiky, flailed claw. That's going to be a lot of lines, but here it is, right there. So we've got that, and it's going to be the second part of this, but that's the entire right half. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We're looking for something. Accented horizontal line, vertical line, and it's this, but like at a diagonal angle, which I guess is legal. Ornament, decorative object placed in a tokonoma, figurehead leader without real power. I'm going to assume it's being used to say statue. Statue of a person. That's a little bit of a question. It is an ornamental item, but it's technically a statue. Ah, that one's clock. I know that for a fact because that's got heckin'. And I remembered the word, so I can just cheat. That is an entire tokay, you fool. Why would you call the statue a clock? Get wrecked. But he is doubling down. He's like, he knows what he heard, or saw, or whatever. Prosecution's like, hold on, can I please interject real quick? It is actually a clock. You tilt the head on the statue and it tells the time. He presented it as a statue because it was not obvious as such and he didn't think it mattered. So, the statue is in fact a clock. Is this important? I'm just gonna guess that Monai is something along the lines of course. No more. I'm actually not getting much context here, so the options are no more or there is more. So I assume it's something along the lines of, does this change anything? But I want to be sure. So I will check what this says. Let's start reading that up. Radicals in. We've got that. We've got mouth. We've got the sun. We've got the big swoosy underbottom thing, which is going to be interesting to find. Unless that's it. No, it is not. It's close. We're so close to the truth. But we need Big Sun as well. And that really limits our options to exactly what we're looking for. This is question problem. You have objections. Is there a problem? You bet there is. I don't know what that says, but Shunshiteimasu. Ashkani. Oh, right. I understand the situation. I've caught up. So, we're asking why the heck the witness knows that it's a clock. So one of these options has to be because he freaking hit the victim and heard it when the victim got hit. Because otherwise, how would he know? So we can do this by process of elimination. We translate one of them and we'll get both. I'm going to translate the bottom one just because I think it's probably going to be the correct one overall. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that looks like. I'm not seeing it here. Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4. Almost. We can uncover the truth. It's right here. We can learn it. We need the overcut double slash, which is like 2. So that's the wrong one. If we need this one, that's the wrong one. Now what's the right one? Oh, there it is. And that narrows us down to exactly one option. Next word. Wait, I have this one. I have this one in my notes, kind of. I should check my notes more often. This is very informative. That's the bottom one, this one, which we're translating. That first word is victim. That is exactly what that is. Victim. Oh! Okay, let's do mouth. Fortunately, mouth is used a lot, which is what makes it easy to recognize. No, we're writing it. Do this. 1, 2, 3. I'm writing the wrong one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We see it. Wisdom. 3. I can write this one. This one's easy. 3. Oh, come on, it's got to be here. This is such a simple one. See, that's fine. The radicals are simple. 1, 2, 3. Easy. Put that in. Okay, they're saying they knew the victim. I don't know if that's the case. Let's try the other one. I'm looking at the radicals preemptively. I don't think it's near the victim. I think it's got to be this one, but I really just want to check first. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Fine, I'll do it like this. Okay, you know what? We'll take the slow route. it's definitely mouth. Then it's 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There it is. And then the big B. It says department in the translations, but maybe they were about to turn this into apartment. That'd be cool. 2, 3. 3 is the number we are looking for. Not seeing it, not seeing it. Well, it's dirt with the long base, so we can start there. We can do this, we can do this, we can solve the case. Three. Moo with a line over, or just moo in general. That's getting us closer. Moo goes on top, and we still need that big swooping square. That's it. Room. Knee. He entered the room. He entered the room. He entered the room. You know that it was a clock because you were in the room! You entered, and he's like, why would I do that? And we're like, because you freaking murdered him. Her. It was you who did the murder. And when he struck the victim, in that moment of adrenaline, he heard a time. It burned itself in his memory, and the prosecution's like, this is absurd! You can't do that! And I'm saying, I just did that because this guy is a murderer. Well, you're gonna say something? You freaking out a little bit. He's trying to back himself out of a corner, but he can't do it. He's in the corner. He can't go backwards. There's no more room. Freak out. Yeah, he's angry. Prosecution's complaining about something, but we're not done here yet. So, there's that. Okay, we got one more question to answer. Let's figure out what they're saying. Sore wo It. Well, I mean, I recognize the heck out of this particular word, which shouldn't be that long to find the individual radicals for it. We've seen this before. Hit that. Your mouth. Options are reducing. Wait, hold on. Found this. Hit that. That's the entirety of eat. Now we just need the U. Perfect. What's that? Now this one's easy. It's just day moon. Fun moon. Oh! Doo-doo. Kotoa. Prove that. Dun-dun. No. Dun-dun. Atto. It's easy to prove. Ah, I know what we're getting at. So the victim is like, dude, the clock was multi-hours fast, but you can't prove that it was fast at the time of the, or slow at the time of the thing. So we need to prove that the clock is off on the time. So we got to figure out which one of these is play the clock. A lot of these have the word clock in it, so this is going to be a little easy. Start with the bottom one. It's a matter of finding those characters. So, definitely start with mouse. We've got like 4 spokes of a bad idea here. Accidentally inventing the word meat. Not our intention. Big hook, big hook. Looking for a big hook. Not seeing it. There it is. Clock. Ashi Temiru. Examine the clock, I assume, is the premise behind this. Oh, sorry. You have been looking at this. So that's the bottom one. So that's probably examine the clock. The top one is no. All right, next one on the list. We can do this. We can do this. We got this. We are looking for quite a bit, actually. The big hook is back, but I think more important is our starting position is the big 2x2 grid of squares. I think it's more than that. If I were designing this system, I would have the big hook thing be part of it. It suggests to me there's another one below here that actually is what we're looking for. Where are they hiding it? Well, it's certainly not there. Okay, we gotta build this up from core principles here. The flat bottom into vertical line might get us closer. But we might just need to hope that it's something common enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This isn't like a tough word, I assume. It's just tough to find. Well, maybe we start writing, we can get an idea. That hook at the bottom has got to be iconic. It should be easy to identify at a glance through all these, but no. You know what, let's look at the word after it and see if that would help. Because that one's got words I recognize. We got that spoke at the side. We've got another big hook situation. Oh, it's right there, I think. Yeah. Pond. Bank, pond, shore of a pond, ponds and swamps. These look like they're all things that start with it, but that's a little awkward for us because this is our second word. We can put it in. Well, okay, this next one looks important. That one has the word beak in it. There it is. From there, this should be easy. A vertical container, and that's dirt. It's just that one. It's just that one. It's all we're missing. We gotta figure this out. Maybe it's day, then the hook is a separate thing. There it is! That's the top of it. Okay, we've got that much. It should be a lot easier now. Now we go to the 2x2, and there it is. Check the battery of the watch? No, I don't think so. The only option is the middle. Uh-oh. Okay, so it's definitely not check the watch battery. It's gonna be then examine the clock. guess I just misunderstood how they were phrasing it. Beep. It is. It spoke. Okay, so it said it was 9:25. It's 11:25, so it's 2 hours off. It's like, yeah, sure, it's... How can you prove it was that on the day of the thing? Okay, so he's getting off the hook because he can't prove that the clock was off by that exact same 2-hour difference on the day of the murder. Boss coming in to save the day. Now we must figure it out. We gotta turn our thinking around. It's not about proving that the clock was off that day. We have to explain why it was off that day. A 2-hour discrepancy, we can figure that out. Can we prove it? Yeah, we can prove it. Alright, we gotta prove the discrepancy. And there's only one option here. They went to New York the day before. And I don't know if you know, but that's a different time zone than Japan, which this game is taking place in this reference. It wasn't 2 hours behind, it was 10 hours ahead. Sorry. 14 hours. I was a little wrong in the math. The actual times used here are different than they are in English because it was a 3-hour difference in English. And because it was actually 9 hours fast because the person was going from allegedly California to London or France or something. It's the whole AM PM discrepancy. Take that. Freak Out Part 2. That means we win. Sate. This was indeed a heck of a trial. He's impressed with us. Not guilty. Court is adjourned. So the general story, he was a regular common thief. He went into the building, the owner came home, killed in self-defense, or mostly to escape, and then he got caught. It's now 2:32 p.m. It's been 3 hours since we won. And now we celebrate because all of the paperwork's been filed. So now we're celebrating, we're happy, boss is happy. Client is not actually happy because his girlfriend is still dead. And was cheating on him, allegedly. The prosecution says. But nah, she cared about him. In fact, we can prove it. Also, he's given the statue to the boss as a present for helping. And also because he's really good at just bouncing back like that. But no, we can prove that Cinder Brick did actually care about him. We've got evidence and we can prove it. Because who would take a giant cumbersome statue on a trip across the world if it wasn't sentimentally important to them? That's right. It was Cinder Block. We win. So that's how the case ended, and we did a good job, and everyone's happy and good, and we helped our friend. And now we get to go celebrate with a delicious meal. Some backstory is being shared, it's fine. Good times, an ominous message of future foreboding that we don't have to care about, and that is case complete. Very good stuff. Case 2 is now real, and we can do stuff about it. Wait, no. Oh, what? No, clear dates. Oh, frick, I have to menu correctly. Hold on. Well, expecting this. I didn't realize the menus would be a problem. E. Roll. Tree. Followed by Colt. 1, 2. Here we are. Would you like to save? Is what it is asking us. Yes. Great. But we've lost controller. We've regained controller. Why is my controller red? Why is it doing that? Hold on for a second here. Let me just, nothing to see here. There's nothing to worry about. You don't hear a dang thing. Fixed it. We're good now. I just reset the game. All right, we're good. Technical problems notwithstanding, this was fun. It was a little weird, but it was fun. So yeah, that's the kind of mess you could expect in the future if we choose to do any further cases. But this was a fun experiment, and I hope you had a good time. Please give me your opinion, and please don't tell anyone about the absolutely destroyed start of the stream where everything just went wrong and there was no audio, because that's embarrassing. Anyway, I'm gonna go. I'm Exception. This is InTV. Have a good day and good night.